Cannabis first uses. Cannabis was first used in Taiwan 10,000 years ago, in the form of hemp cord as decorations for pottery. Archaeologists in China discovered the use of cannabis for food dating back to 6000 BC. Cannabis used for a medicinal purpose was first recorded in 2727 BC by Emperor of China Shenneng. The first recorded use of cannabis to get high was around 1000 BC in India. Cannabis cures. Cannabis has great medicinal properties and in certain places is given as medicine for cancer, glaucoma, HIV, cachexia, nausea, muscle spasms, multiple sclerosis and much more. Spiritual uses. In India, religious groups like Buddhist and Shiites use cannabis as aid in meditation. A Taoist priest in China wrote in the 5th century BC that cannabis was used together with ginseng to look into the future. The Rastafari movement uses cannabis to aid with Bible study and meditation. Also they see cannabis as the tree of life mentioned in the Bible. Food uses. Cannabis is used in a wide variety of foods including canna butter, brownies, cakes, chocolate, seasonings, sauces, and many more. Famous people who've used cannabis. Some famous people who've used cannabis are Snoop Dogg, Hugh Hefner, Miley Cyrus, Robert Downey Jr., Madonna, Matt Damon, Seth MacFarlane, Martha Stewart, Morgan Freeman, David Letterman, Brad Pitt and Bill Clinton among many more. Reefer Madness. In 1936 a propaganda movie called Reefer Madness was created. It was full of ludicrous lies about cannabis, with claims like cannabis can lead you to rape, murder, suicide and much more. Reefer Madness led to most of the misunderstanding we have around cannabis today. Lies about cannabis. Cannabis is a gateway drug. Not true. Most people who use cannabis will never use harder drugs like heroin and cocaine. Cannabis leads to more crime. Not true. In Colorado, the first state to legalize cannabis, crime rates have fallen since legalization. Cannabis is highly addictive. Not true. Studies have shown everyday products like coffee, tobacco, and alcohol are far more addictive. Ridiculous prison sentences for cannabis. Sentencing for cannabis varies around the world. Here's some of the more harsh ones. A British man from Dubai was sentenced to 4 years in prison for 0.003 grams stuck to the sole of his shoe. A Texan traveling from California back to Texas to visit family was pulled over when police found 14 grams of his medical cannabis. He was sentenced to 99 years. A 45-year-old father from New Orleans was sentenced to 13 years for a small amount found in his pocket. There's many more people serving absurd sentences for personal cannabis.